When looking at the design of it, it gave me a sort of like a gas mask serial killer vibe. What up everyone, it's your boy Floz MG back with another episode of Tier Up, and this time I am ranking Costumes off of Masked Singer Season 1. And let me say, this series is awesome. With the ending that Season 1 had, it set the way for the entire series. But you know what, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm here to rank the costumes. And let's get into it. Before this video starts, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you can always change your mind in the future. Now back to the video. The rankings for this video are as follows: God Tier, Golden Mask, Men in Black, Kenjong, and Cancelled. Alright, first up we have the Alien. And I'm not going to say who each contestant was, because one, I don't completely remember who each contestant was, and two, I'm here to talk about the costumes mainly. Now, the Alien. It was a very interesting design. The head was very big, rectangular, don't know why they went with that, but overall, with the sort of red leather body, there was a sort of a cape, I think there was. I consider it more along the lines of an average costume, so we're gonna put that one up in Men in Black, at the midway point. Next up, we have the Bee. The Bee was, I think, the first sort of insect costume to become gigantic. Well, clearly it's Season 1, so it would be the first. Either way, the Bee. I'd say it was pretty interesting. Most of these costumes are mainly have human-esque features, so they're all very similar in terms of that. The Bee, I don't know. The look of it just really wasn't that appealing to me, if you will. I don't know what to tell you, but the Bee I'm putting down in Kenjong. Next up we have the Deer. When looking at the design of it, it gave me a sort of a gas mask serial killer vibe. I don't know why, it just did. Gas mask serial killer combined with antlers. I think just the amount of creepiness kind of was just barely able to take it out of Cancelled. Or... hey, you know what, it wasn't even enough to do that. Pfft, sorry. Next up we have the Hippo, which was I think the Hippo was the first one eliminated in the series. And honestly, his costume was also pretty lackluster too. It's literally just a hippo head on weird kind of clothing. At least with the other costumes, the body kind of contributed to what the face of the costume was, what the mask was. If you understand what I'm saying. So, I'm also going to put that down in Cancelled. Next up we have, I think that's the Lion. Yeah, that's the Lion. This was a rather interesting one. A lot of gold, very shiny. And honestly, this is one of the more interesting and I want to say intricate ones that the Masked Singer had. So, you know what? Because of all the gold on the Lion, we're going to put it up in Golden Mask. Hey, next up we have the best costume ever to be in the Masked Singer. I don't care what you say. We have the monster, T-Pain himself. And with T-Pain winning Season 1, oh yeah, I should mention that this video is going to have spoilers. A little too late for that. But with T-Pain winning Season 1, I think that pretty much set the entire series in motion to be awesome, do amazing. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint us. The monster, I think this is the only costume that isn't exactly humanesque in feature, because a majority of the costume is very cylindrical, whereas everyone is just like regular bodies and shit. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Points with the monster. Hey, yo, I love it. I don't care what anyone says. I love it. Next up, we have the peacock. This one was pretty good. Like all the other ones, very human-esque in features. I do like what they did with the feathers behind him. I don't know. I'm gonna say it is better than Alien, so I'm gonna put it up in Golden Mask. Plus, the peacock was one of the top 3, I think. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the peacock was in the top 3. Next up, we have the pineapple, which was the only food-based costume in The Masked Singer. Also, I didn't catch this originally, but the pineapple, it's sort of portrayed as like a very tropical fruit. And I didn't realize at first, but it's like open chest, with like a Hawaiian shirt embracing that like tropical vibe. So going into more depth, thinking more about it, I'm putting it in God tier. Thinking about it more, it's the most unique of its kind, being the first food item to become a costume. Next up, we have the poodle. Poodle, it was a little too... I don't know how to word it. The poodle was a little too... I want to say, like, three-dimensional, very rigid edges, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to word it. But still, something about it was more appealing to me than B, so I'm going to put it in Men in Black. Next up, we have the rabbit, Joey Fatone. The rabbit, also kind of very basic human-esque in feature. Didn't really have much uniqueness toward it, other than it being a rabbit, so. But I still like it more than B. So we'll put it at the head of Ken Jeong. Next up we have Raven. Honestly, at first you think that would be a very big hint to it being Raven Simone, but that would have been just a little too on the nose. So yeah, clearly it wasn't Raven Simone. But this costume had a little bit more interesting features about it. Clearly the big ass raven wings behind it. Also, if you looked closely around the head, you'd see that the head of the raven was like within a bird cage. So like that was some very intricate thinking on their part. With all that being pretty awesome, I still don't think it really rises to the standards of Monster and Pineapple, so actually, you know what? It is on par. It's God tier, right on par with the other two. Next up we have, and lastly, we have the unicorn. I don't remember completely, but I think the unicorn was Rumor Willis. But with the way how flashy the unicorn was, honestly, I think I have to put it up in Golden Mask. That's my opinion anyway. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. If you want to argue with me, feel free to do it in the comments. I've been Floz MG. This has been Rankin Masked Singer Costume Season 1. I might do the remaining seasons over time, but for now, I hope you enjoyed the video.
Bitch, I ain't your hero, don't call me a savior. Think I'm out of control, that's just my behavior. I'm bringing the house down, major devastation. You don't gotta worry, cause it don't matter, I'm antisocial.